welcome.
Thank you.
Is this, have you been to Copenhagen before?
I have. I came when I was a child with my parents. They took me on a tour in Denmark.
Really?
I have a very warm feeling about Tivoli and Legoland.
That's great.
and The Little Mermaid. So yeah, that's the only souvenir I have, honestly. But yeah, it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Then welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah,
I'm very flattered that all of you came. I really wonder what I'm going to say. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, we're going to find out, yes. And as Lisa said, that you have so many M's in your life. You're a mother and you're married and you're a music producer.
I'm not married.
You're not married?
Nope. No, I mean, I'm with someone for...
I know, you are.
For a long time.
We have to elaborate on the not married stuff later then. Anyway.
Sure.
And you're a muse and you're a model and co-writer of this wonderful book. So welcome here to the far north of Europe, to the darkness. But Shakespeare has said, there is no darkness but ignorance.
That's the whole purpose of the book.
Exactly. So we are so enchanted.
What an amazing connection.
Yes, isn't it? Shakespeare and you guys.
It's incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
So we are so pleased that you will be here, Caroline de Maigret, and teach us how to be Parisians wherever we are.
Yeah,
welcome.
or at least, give you... yeah.
We have an hour.
You're
we
great.
Have an hour.
Yeah, I'll share some tips.
So tell me, we are also celebrating that this, it's such a nice book, I love books, and this book is so beautiful. It's a hardback, it has a nice texture. You have the white, you have the red, and the blue, the tricolore.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you know what, I never noticed. I honestly didn't realize it was the French flag. Monsieur l'ambassadeur.
Il est où l'ambassadeur? So now we are actually today celebrating that it's translated into Danish.
Yes.
But we talk a bit about it never came out in French. Why?
No, I just thought it was a strange thing to talk about, French people to French people. Mm-hmm. It was a bit, how do you say, redundant.
Yes.
I think it's fun to give tricks to people that don't know us and say, hey, I like to do things that way. You can try if you want to have fun or if, but it was a bit strange to tell it to French people. So I decided.
So it was in English, was it to American mostly or just?
Oh no, we are in 36 countries now.
36 countries.
33 translations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are last, I think. No, but you know why? Because you speak so well English that the book came first in English here, and then then some other people asked to have it still.
So Simone de Beauvoir has said that you're not born a woman, you become one. Is that the same with Parisian actually?
I believe so. Yeah. I believe so because the most famous Parisian women are foreigners, like Jane Birkin, Charlotte Rampling, Romy Schneider. All those women, have learned in living in Paris that, I guess we'll talk about it later, but that kind of freedom and independence towards being a woman.
And we have a little video. Should we show the audience the wonderful little video?
Yes, I wrote I wrote 10 little tricks of being Parisian right away. If you follow those tricks, you'll be fine. Or not, which is the whole idea.
Let's have a look.
I have it here too. Hey. Yeah, I'm still at the show. Now I'm backstage. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I thought the colors, the shapes, so there were some really cool cuts. And what do you mean it was crap? No, you can't. You have no idea. When you see a show online, you can't tell about it. I was there. I saw. I'm still there. I'm with the designer right now. Yeah, I was just telling him how cool it was. No, it's gonna change fashion, darling. It's really a new woman that he did. Yeah, no, it's amazing, amazing. Oh my god, last night it was crazy. Wow, this guy is wild, man. Yeah, I mean... Oh, I can't smoke? What do you mean I can't smoke? Do you think it's dangerous if I smoke in here? Oh, I know I'm late, I'm sorry. It's just I have so many things to do. I'm busy, busy, busy. Sorry. May I have a glass of wine, please? Some red wine? Ouais. Bah, je profite de la tête que j'ai maintenant parce que c'est celle que je vais regretter dans 10 ans. Là. Of course I'm a feminist. Everybody should be a feminist. It's about equality of rights. It's human rights. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you know what drives me crazy? The exploitation of the woman's image. You see like girls naked everywhere on billboards, I mean half naked. You know, and it's all about sex and attraction. Oh, it drives me crazy.
I will try and cancel it. No worries.
Voilà.
Voilà.
Merci.
There's so many contradictions in this woman.
Yeah, we're free.
You're free, you're great.
Free to do whatever, yeah, I feel like. I'm allowed to be in a bad mood, I'm allowed to be in a good mood. At least I let myself be.
So where does this scruffy, arrogant, contradictive woman come from? I have a little photo I want to show you, so maybe we could elaborate if it comes out. I'm not very good. Oh, zut, what's happening? Da. This one. The carte
la carte du tendre.
Yes.
Ouais. Yeah? Do you have any question about the carte du tendre?
No, but I think it's very beautiful because it is Les Précieuses.
Ouais.
It's the story about Les Précieuses and
No, I do think that we are the fruit of our education and knowledge. And yes, the French woman has been raised on, literature, Les Précieuses, and we were in salon already in the Lumière, talking in the salon with all the artists as well. There was always a romantic and games between, men and women and life, and so I think we're raised in that culture of playing.
Yeah, because that is what the map of tenderness is. It is you have to go to get to the village of love. You have to go through all these difficult things. Is that something were you brought up with it? I mean, this kind of game with the way to do or the way to be. Did you hear of this from your mother or your grandmother?
No, I think it's quite unconscious.
Yes.
We do have. It's funny how France is located, and Paris and France. We're really between the north and the south, and the west and the east. It's like we really have that mix of, more cold and a bit more feminist from the north. Thank you, guys. That you bring that to us, but also that Latin part that we have. It's really a mix, and you can really feel it in the way we behave and we are. And there is this gallantry that I haven't seen here because I had a door slam in my face the first step I had at the airport, because I was just, expecting the man in front of me to hold the door, but that does not happen. So yeah, it's all those game of gallantry, but not making you feel like less of a woman, or nor less power. But it's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's really very much about a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
To find the parts and know how to play it.
And and find how to be happy yourself, but also to please the other.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Without feeling less powerful. You're even more powerful in a way because you control it.
Yeah. And limitations give you freedom, doesn't it? Really.
The what?
Limitations gives you kind of freedom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
There's some women that inspires you, Parisians. I think we should talk a bit about them. Simone, here we have her.
Simone Weil.
Yeah. She's a very strong woman.
Yeah, she gave us amazing rights as women. For you it's gonna sound very, we're in the 70s right now. I think it's 74, 75. She brought the right of abortion. You guys were able to vote in 1915, I've read.
Yes.
I think, I don't even... So I'm very impressed. So I have nothing to teach you in this case, but yes, it does. Those women that went down the street to get those rights for us, as a Parisian, I feel I have a responsibility, even style-wise, and as a woman, to respect myself and to, in a way, be in their path as an activist, but also just, respecting the woman they managed to gain for us, and not to be too light. And I think it's really fun to see Parisian women, because she always wants you to think that she's an intellectual in a way. Like she doesn't have time to brush her hair and all these things. And it's most of the time it's fake, really, but
It's an illusion, creating an illusion
that she wants you to think that she has so much more things that are way more interesting to do than taking care of herself.
Yeah, she's reading books and maybe also reading about books of this. Here we have Simone
de Beauvoir, Jean-Paul Sartre.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of woman.
Yes, it is really. Yeah,
opening doors for women and expressing her art and philosophy, and it's the same idea of opening doors.
And then we have the third Simone Signoret.
Simone Signoret.
Yeah.
Simone Signoret is a big Parisian in a way that she's that extreme lover that will give anything for her relationship, and I think. It was fun in the book to make kind of like a story on the Simones. Yeah. And what's sweet about Simone Signoret is that she, there was Yves Montand flirting with Marilyn Monroe, but she never gave up, and she was always there to fight for her lover. And it's funny how we always enjoy those cinematographic lives, and you know, we have a tendency to put ourselves into fiction to make it more fun or trouble.
Or trouble, yeah. Yeah, she fought for Yves Montand. She did that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are kind of the inner. I find these photos here in the library because we are in a wonderful library. We don't have to forget that. And there are 11 million photos, so I found these. I was busy last night.
Well done.
But anyway, these were kind of the inner inspiration for you. But there's also other ideals.
Tell me.
And I think you have a very, very fun tag on this. And I want to read loud to celebrate the Danish translation. I want to find something.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's translated.
No, but now...
So all the stuff you think suck, it's not me. It's a bad translation.
It's a very nice translation. I promise you I read the English one and I read the Danish one, and Jette Brinket Rosenberg did a nice job.
Thank you.
So,
Bretta.
yes, I just have to 100. Yes. Be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. I read in Danish. Fra en vis alder har man det fjes, man fortjener, sagde Coco Chanel uden omsvøb. Men livet har det med at rette op på eventuelle uretfærdigheder. De smukke piger, som var dronninger i gymnasiet og som havde fået alt foræret og levede på deres fordele, er senere blevet overstrålet af dem, som de ikke havde set komme. Dem, som har ændret en lille afvigelse fra det helt normale til en fordel, til et personligt brand, og som modnes med ynde som god vin. Og de sidste har desuden fattet visse urokkelige kendsgerninger. Det nytter ikke noget at svømme mod strømmen, man skal følge med bevægelsen, ikke gå imod den. Det er bedre at acceptere sin alder, end ikke at have nogen alder. Vi har efterhånden længe vidst, at vi paradoksalt nok tit kommer til at se ældre ud end det modsatte, når vi griber til overdreven skønhedskirurgi. Der er ganske vist nogen, som lærer den svære kunst at bruge Botox rigtigt, men når sandheden skal frem, så er resultatet ofte ikke et ansigt med færre rynker, men snarere frygtens ansigt. I mean, you get a face without wrinkles, but a face of fear.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to be courageous. Why are we so scared of getting old? What is that?
Oh, because men don't look at you.
Okay, so we become unfuckable.
Or women. Yeah, I think that's part of the plan. I think seduction-wise, it's becoming more difficult, and people stop turning around to you after a while. But it's always very complicated, that question, because I was quite lucky when I was born with my I don't know, my face, and it's hard because I'm okay when I look at myself in the mirror. So it's not the same idea, and I'm very fortunate because I'm 40 years old and I still have, Chanel and Lancôme and people taking pictures of me. So it's much easier for me to age that way, with people saying, "Oh, you're still okay," even though you're not so happy when you look at yourself in the mirror and everything's starting to fall apart. But it is easier for me. So it's a strange position. But yes, I do believe that globalization of face for everyone is a bit sad, and we should try to live with what we have. But it's not that easy.
No, it's not that easy. But really, this book is also very much about liberation, actually. So you get liberated, you have to liberate yourself, but you also have to kind of liberate yourself from your age. I mean, then you're liberated, you get a certain age, and then suddenly, you can get suppressed by being older. That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's why it's called the best version of yourself, is to learn, okay, that's what you have. You'll never get that perfection, it just doesn't exist. So this you have to give up. That's already one thing we explain in the book. And don't hide behind those excuses of trying always to get to that point. You still have dreams and you still have, things you want to have access to. But it's just being okay with yourself, admitting your flaws, admitting your anxieties and whatever you have, and just learn to live with them and be better and have fun with all the wrong stuff.
But as Leonard Cohen, he says, there's a crack in everything. That's where the light gets in.
Excuse me? Did
there's
you
a
speak
crack
Danish
in
right now?
Yes, there's a crack in everything. That's where the light gets in. So it's kind of being transparent and open and have lots of sense of humor with it. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, and knowledge. I think knowledge is a big part of the whole thing, and a lot of young girls ask me about style and fashion and how I became famous, or at least working with the famous and stuff. And I'm like, my style comes from knowledge, from reading books, from going to concerts, from going to exhibitions. That's what makes my personality, which is gonna make the way I want to be, and I want people to see me. And also, I won't need as much as being in a representation, because the more you read and the more you feed yourself, the more you see that there are much more interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And all this become one character and your own self. Yeah.
But you've also created a career being that. I mean, doing what you want, doing your stuff, being your age. I mean, that would also prepare the way for mature women somehow.
Yeah, no, I was very lucky that women suddenly were ready to be represented by older women at the same time as I was aging. That's pure chance, and it was interesting. But even though when I was a young model, I was not skinny, and I still managed to, by my personality, to turn around the system and be okay. I need to eat. I love to eat, so I won't be that model, but I will offer you something more authentic, and and you can take it. And so it speaks to some women. It doesn't to others. Everyone have their own people they can identify to. There are different speeds, especially right now.
Yeah, yes.
With internet and all the social network and another different kind of ideas of women representing the society, and yeah.
So authenticity is really, and you can be yourself. I think you're right that the internet can open up for showing around and showing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it otherwise anyway, as far as I'm concerned. But I think people are ready to, to hear sincere thoughts and see people with life and
So in our masterclass, we take your advice. We have to read some books, so we won't be so focused on our looks. It's very good we're in this library. So, do you like libraries, by the way?
What?
Do you use libraries in Paris? Do you go to the library?
I do go. Alors, I do.
Yeah.
I go to Librairie Mazarine, which is by the Institut de France in the 6th. I love because it's such an intense historical place that you feel like you have to go to work. You know what I mean? You feel like you have to get to work. It's not high literature, I have to admit, but still, it makes me want to create and do things. So I go to Librairie Mazarine.
Great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about sex.
Baby.
Let's talk about you and me, exactly. This is
a
very sexy book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Do we speak about sex? No, we speak about sexiness, maybe.
Sexiness, maybe. Yeah.
You want to talk about sex?
Should we talk about sex?
Sure.
I think there's so many good tips in this. It's very inspiring.
Yeah, that's why my boyfriend was not allowed to read it.
He wasn't allowed to. Has he read it now?
No, he's not allowed. No.
He's not allowed at all.
Because there are tricks I don't want him to know.
No, of course not. As which?
There is
tricks?
one, for example, about when you get into a room and you spot right away the girl that's going to be a problem for your whole night. You're like, okay, this one's going to be trouble. But so what you do is instead of being jealous right away, and be like, oh my God, she's dressed like a bitch, poor girl. I heard she was stupid, whatever.
Yeah.
You break his fantasy, going in his bubble, saying, oh wow, look at this girl. He's gonna be like, who? Like, right. And you go like, yeah, and I heard she was bright, and she's a great girl, and it becomes all like cheesy and stuff, and you really go in his bubble that he can't fantasize anymore. Because if you break the deal, it's still gonna be his stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's what I do.
So you actually take the experience out of it. You really, you take it over. That's a great trick. Yeah,
it's a good trick.
Yeah,
believe me. Because you have no choice anyway. You know,
no.
So break the fantasy.
But it takes some courage, huh?
Some courage.
Courage to do that? No.
No, I
It's
don't know.
just
It's
doing
natural to me, but.
But you also have another fantastic trick. It's how to destabilize a man. Page 80. Should I read it loud in Danish?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
I do, because it's a wonderful trick.
Just I don't know it by heart anymore. I mean, I never did, but you'll. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get back to this. All right. Sådan gør hun mænd usikre. Det er hende, der aflyser jeres aftale et kvarter før og beklager, men giver ikke nogen forklaring. Hende, der derefter kun fortæller om sin aften med nogle få ord. Det var virkelig en god aften. Og så går hun i seng. Det er hende, der taler om politik med munden og sex med øjnene. Hende, der fortæller sandheden råt for usødet og kan svare virkelig dårligt, når man spørger hende, hvordan hun har det. Hende, der faktisk glemmer at tage BH på om sommeren. Hende, der gør et møde på arbejdet ophidsende ved at lægge en indiskret hånd på hans lår. Hende, der lægger ham ned og tager sig betalt med sex, når I er uvenner, i stedet for at tale om det. Hende, der griber en ukendt i armen, når hun går ned ad en trappe i stilethæle. Hende, der finder ud af at få betalt regningen, før han overhovedet har bedt om den. Hende, der i et helt tilfældigt og banalt øjeblik udbryder, det er den smukkeste dag i mit liv. You don't know what I read. If it was
I do have an idea. It's all the paradox.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's what she's doing. She forgets to take on the bra in the summer and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play. You know, to play with. I think it's cute, and once again, it's putting yourself in situations and bit movies, and it's fun. Like for example, I always found it more interesting to have, a sweater that falls on your shoulder, because somehow I'm straight, so I'll say the man, but the other person, or the man, will steal a moment of your shoulder or of your neck, which he thinks it's going to be his moment, but you did it on purpose. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, or your back or something. While if you just have pure cleavage, I mean, it's too easy. You know what I mean? It's
yes.
But when they feel it's their own thing, then men are power, everything. Wow, it's my.
So it's
this belongs to me.
Yeah, we have a Danish author who once said, I think it was Herman Bang, that
Raymond Barre?
No, Herman Bang is his name.
No, it's a French politician. No, he's not very sexy. But you don't have to when you're a writer anyway, or a politician.
But he talked about, sexiness or sensuality as that the thought should get a glimpse of what the eye couldn't see.
Exactly, that's related.
It's erotic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what I was trying
exactly
to
what you're explaining, yeah.
Yeah, in nice words.
Yeah, in nicer words. So we have to have these big sweaters and dropping down the shoulders.
No, at all.
No,
the
okay,
book
sorry.
is not about
I'm
you
just
have
a
to do something. Yeah, no. It's just fun tricks.
Yes, I know.
To play. But there are good tricks.
Yeah.
They're fun tricks to play with.
Do a Parisian sleep with a date on the first night?
No, a Parisian does whatever she wants to.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're not really politically correct or incorrect stuff, I think. In Paris, we have the chance of being a big city as well, so you kind of can.
Yes, as we talked about, that Denmark is like.
Yeah, 5 million. It's like Paris with one suburb, I think. Something. Wow. How do you do? How do you find people? It's amazing, and you're all so beautiful. It's strange.
Scary?
A bit. Yeah, because in France, 5 million people in the same country, we would all have like really weird faces, like an eye here and an eye there. Really, you would be my sister and my mother.
Think of it. Talking about mother, the mother is has a fun. You mentioned the mother a lot in the book.
Yes.
It's a lot about the mother, the relation to mother, what mother teach, and
I think they're timeless, tricks and inheritance from our mothers, and the way they teach us how, to be as a woman, from how to dress, to how to respect yourself, how to respect other people. And once again, it's still, when we talk about mothers, is still like we talked about Simone Weil and Simone de Beauvoir, is all this respect to the elders that open doors for you.
Yeah, this is really a lot about respect for other generations, and often when we talk about family in Denmark, it's very much about the father, mother, and 2 kids. It's kind of like that. But in this book, you always represent the grandma or the aunt, or it's a bigger family like that.
Yeah, because it's those people that came in your life and gave you a hint of elegance, or a hint of feminism, or talking about love. There was all those women in your life that would teach you those things that build your personality. Yeah.
And you have a very funny, it's the child as a satellite. Could we elaborate a bit on that? Because that is great fun.
Well, it's just that I really understood as a mother that my child could not be happy if I wasn't happy. And it's the same thing in my relationship anyway.
Yeah.
And so I think it's called you playing with your toy?
I'm playing with my toy.
I think it's health. I can't say anything. Healthy.
Yeah.
I have a lisp. Healthy. Selfishness. Healthy selfishness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny because the other day I was in the plane, and you have this woman, poor woman. They still have to do all this thing, and so they're doing this thing. And for once, I'm looking at it, and she goes, if anything happened, put your mask on and then put it on the kid. And I'm like, oh, that's awful. Because that's exactly the opposite I would do naturally. And then it made sense. I was like, it's true. You have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of others. And that's a bit the idea of this child, that it is a satellite. Is he lives your life. Anyway, he's going to leave at one point. So he lives your life, you live his life. And it's all a big merry-go-round.
But it's also, I think it's very, we have in Denmark, we talk a lot about spelt mothers. Spelt, but spelt, it's actually just wheat. And they made this marketing stunt that spelt, this kind of wheat, was a better wheat. Yeah, when you bake.
Bread.
Like when you bake. And these spelt mothers are getting their children 3 o'clock in the afternoon and do everything correctly. And I really think it's relieving that to talk about the child as a satellite.
I mean, it's life. I need to live my life. I want to live my life. I want to live my life with my child. I want to live my life with my, not husband, but boyfriend thing. My life, my career. I want to live all this, and it's fun. I have no guilt whatsoever in what I do. I think nobody should have guilt. And I don't think, I know that the time I see my son is so much more intense because I'm happy. And so I'm not tired when I see him and all those things because I am doing what I like. And I don't know, it just makes sense for me.
But it is, because there's a lot of guilt connected, and guilt and perfection, actually. It actually goes together. Yeah. That's the way I see it sometimes, that you want to be the perfect mother, and then if you don't get
I think you can't be perfect of anything, so it's good to let go.
And have some fun.
Yeah, and have some fun. It's really the idea, and that's what I try to explain.
You have this very beautiful idea of love for love's sake.
Yes.
It's like
being financially independent.
Yes.
To only love for love.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I got lucky, but I think if you can achieve that, it's kind of hard nowadays. I know, because it's hard to pay your rent and it's important. You need to share a lot of times, but yeah, and being independent as well financially makes you able to live your life, and that person you love just comes in your life for the right reasons. You don't expect anything from them, but giving you some, some fun time and shoulders and things, but you don't have any expectations, which I think is the reason why I'm for 12 years now, which is quite cool nowadays.
It is. And
I'm happy in love. Yeah, but I won't get married.
There you have a very another fantastic trick is when if you cheat upon your husband, how to do.
Yeah, alors, that's the only chapter. No. That's the only problem in this book for me. We're four. We wrote the book at 4 people, and that part was very important to one of the 4. We fought a lot. I screamed a lot because I do not know, personally, any person who's happy about it and who would want it. So it is a problem for me, that chapter. Yeah, because I don't believe in it. It's the only chapter that I'm like, ugh.
No, but let me read it and we can...
Oh, sorry, I messed up the whole...
No, you did not. No, we unmess it again. Not
it's the one where...
Yeah, it's this
the other
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Utroskab for begyndere. Regel nummer 1. Du skal altid benægte. Plag ikke dig selv med skyldfølelse. Du gør det for dig, ikke imod ham. Det er godt for dig, hvad der er godt for dig, er godt for dit parforhold. Du er altså dybest set bare en meget omsorgsfuld kvinde. Din elsker må ikke være en af jeres fælles venner. Du kan bedrage din mand, men du må ikke ydmyge ham. Hans ære er lige så vigtig som din personlige udvikling. Læg din elskers telefonnummer ind i din mobil under navnet ukendt nummer. Eller læg det ind under din bedste venindes navn, hun har det dårlige i øjeblikket. Der er ingen hemmeligheder, som ikke bliver sagt videre. Sandheden kommer altid frem til sidst. Når det sker, skal du følge regel nummer 1. Beskyt dig selv mod sygdomme, mod kærlighed, som også er en sygdom. Tal aldrig dårligt om din mand til din elsker. Hvem har lyst til at have sex med en kedelig mands kæreste? Behandl aldrig din elsker som din mand. Lev også dit dobbeltliv med modsatte fortegn. Bedrag din elsker med din mand. So tell me about it. Yes, I think you're right. The free love, you can't live a W like that. But do we have, I think that lots of people have a...
No, I mean, most of people do, yeah. But I don't want it. But,
no?
No. No. No.
But because what does it do? It ruins the relationship, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm too much of a megalomaniac. I just want to be the only one. Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, I'm curious because I think...
I have no wills whatsoever to share.
No.
But
I think that a lot of people think that in Paris, or being a Parisian is also about, la double vie and...
No, I think everybody cheats in the whole world.
Yeah.
We're just more okay about it. But everyone cheats.
Yeah.
So, it's a fact, girls. No, but I'm not... really happy about it. I had a problem with it, you know why? Because it's a bit of a French cliché.
That's what I mean.
And the whole book was made on breaking those clichés. And it was a new take on the Parisian woman saying, we're not perfect, and you think, and maybe some women in the world inspire themselves on the Parisian woman because she actually gave up on perfection. And she has this freedom that's so exciting in a way of just being and she's elegant as well. But so I don't want it. No.
It's right. It's a cliché.
No, but it is a cliché.
Yeah.
It is a cliché. It's not a cliché that it just happens everywhere. I don't mind if any politician. I don't want to know their private life, and I don't mind of whatever they do with it. As long as it's not hurting, But yeah, it's not my problem. So I know that's quite different in some other countries, like in America, for example, where some president or it was a big problem. I really don't care. So I do have this thing, which is not a cliche, of not minding other people's business. On that case.
So we make illusions. That's much better. Illusion and games, that's wonderful. I think also you talk about book, as I said before, we're in a library and read a lot of books. There's a lot of book references in your book too. You refer to lots of authors who've written about Paris and stuff. And it's very funny because Henry Kissinger, he said that knowledge is power and power is sexy. So the power kind of the book reading makes you more sexy, really.
Yeah. Read the book.
Yes.
No, I do. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Yes, knowledge is power, and knowledge is sexy. I mean, that's what you have more and more to offer to other people. And I mean, for me, it's the base of my life. I love to learn. I think that's what life is about, and it's a pleasure. It's something. Yeah, it's the base.
David Bowie said, fame is when a man starts taking things over. And you're a very famous woman. Yeah. You have 300,000 followers on Instagram. What does that kind of power, how can you use it? Doesn't that give a responsibility? And how do you think about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, you become like a TV for people, which is very strange. I mean, I understand that it's my story right now here today, but it's very strange when people approach you and you're supposed to divert them. They look at you like this, and you're supposed to say something funny or something. I don't know. It's very strange, that thing where people just expect something from you. But the rest is yes. I want to have this responsibility of giving this other aspect of woman, which is more, of a woman of mind, I guess. We're talking about fashion, huh? There is a limit to the mind, but to show girls that they're much more than fame and light and stardom and all this, and to get to this, you have to work, and I really believe in work, and for me, it's one of the biggest virtues, yeah. Virtue, that, and so that's what I try to explain, and this and feminism as well, but not here, obviously, but I work with the NGO called Care, where I'm specialized in education for women all over the world. So, we create schools and try to find ways of having, girls that are not allowed or don't have access to school, to all this. Mm-hmm. I try to have the brands that I work with in fashion to invest, money in that, all kind of things.
Yes. With women in the
with
center.
Women involved,
yeah.
Yes. Yes, well, it's just, human rights.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have had Fashion Week here in Denmark this week. Mm-hmm. Sustainability and fashion. Do you have any thoughts of that any takes on that one?
Sustainability.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that the products are good made and.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I think more and more brands start to get conscious on that. It's very difficult for me to be in fashion and when you have the way you think, mm-hmm. and then it still makes sense when you're in fashion, because there is a way of seeing women and then ecology and all these things that are, sometimes it's a bit schizophrenic because they don't all go together.
No, it's a hard work there to make the ends fit.
Yeah. So, but there are lots of brands that are getting better. Of course, in luxury brands, it is easier because it's almost like couture in a way, where you know where which cow was your leather pants from. But I think people are getting more and more conscious. Hopefully, there is such a huge industry that it's really hard for me to stand strong. I know I don't wear fur, or I don't, but I still do a lot of wrong stuff. I try to push the people I work with to be yeah, and the girls as well to go into more in a slow fashion, and I think the Parisian woman understands this is find your timeless pieces that are gonna make your personality and you as a woman, and it's much more interesting than changing every day of clothes that are not of such good quality, and and you become the trend rather than fashion becoming who you are.
Yes, but you have a lot of that in the book. I mean, the old stuff you inherit, an old shirt, a bag that's old. So things always have a history that points back somehow.
No, but it's funny because people always talk about our style as effortless.
Yeah.
And I always say it doesn't mean no effort. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of years to get to that effortless look, because it's you get the pieces that work with your body, with your skin tone, with who you are and the people you want, them to talk to you, and you know what I mean. It's like you won't get approached the same way if you have. If I would wear a miniskirt right now and a cleavage and stuff, it would be different. And it would be good as well. I love wearing miniskirts sometimes, but it's all this together.
But maybe it's the simplicity of the style. I mean, that you can be sexy in a shirt that goes down on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's always that little twist to find, that extra button that you open, that you did open today. I can see.
I did. I read the book twice.
I mean, yeah, we're twins. We're twins.
We're twins today.
I'm gonna come back here, and everyone's it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be all the same people. I'm gonna feel very guilty.
Yes. No, but I like that, talking about, sustainability and fashion, that you have these key items that you keep, a jacket or stuff like that with a history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you add, every season you find a few stuff that you can add, but it's more about, it's more, it's almost, you almost get a uniform of who you are.
There's also some faux pas.
Yes.
Yes. Should we read the faux pas?
Yeah,
they're
so
funny. Much fun.
They're funny. I mean, I think they're funny.
I think they're funny too. I just have to find them, the essential virtue. What you find, black, where is it, the essentials? I just have to, you can't remember what page it is, can you? You can't remember the page?
Nope. I don't even know which photo it was. They're all mine, by the way. They took the pictures.
It's because it's a very funny list on what the faux pas, what you don't really have to have in the closet. I didn't find it yet.
Here, it's here. Oh, no, that's in English.
What page is it? It's the same page.
40.
40?
Yes, I do wear glasses. They're here. I can't see anything. That's why I say you all look great.
You're a liar. You make illusions. That's great. Okay, bad taste is it called?
Is it bad taste? See, that's a wrong translation. It is.
Should have been faux pas?
Well, it's just different. But it's fine. But
yeah?
Yeah, because there is no judgment.
Nope.
Bad taste is a judgment.
That's right.
No.
A faux pas is just don't.
Yeah.
And now you hear. Spørg nogen til en fest, hvad han laver. Eller værre, spørge ham, hvad han tjener. Ha' et bryllupsbillede stående fremme i stuen. Sørg for, at håndtasken og tøjet er afstemt farvemæssigt. Få bleget sine tænder for meget, eller så meget, at det kan ses. Plukke sine øjenbryn for meget. Være venner med sine børn. Vise demonstrativt, hvor mange penge man har, eller være fedtet. Gør noget som helst med den undskyldning, at jeg har fået for meget at drikke. Få fikset sine læber, så man ligner en and. Være overdressed, have for meget makeup på. Fiske efter komplimenter. Bruge moderne managementfloskler som virksomhedens DNA. Og jeg vender tilbage. Ha' hår i mere end 2 forskellige farver. Tag sig selv for alvorligt. Yes, but you also have something on the wardrobe that I thought was so much fun. There's some boots you're not allowed to wear.
Some boots?
Yeah, the boots you hate.
Books?
Boots.
Boots.
The Ugg boots.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel very sorry because I heard there were like philosophers and amazing writers that came here before in this room.
With Ugg boots on. It's okay, we forgive you. There's also there's something that, you know, really in Denmark, you use the word snobbish.
Yes, we are snobbish, I have to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can elaborate?
I don't know. I mean, there's just we have a tendency to think we know it all, which is kind of true.
Because
no, we all have our own truth, and mine is very strong. My agent is here. He's been suffering for 20 years of my knowledge. We're snobbish. We're okay about it.
It's because snobbish is the worst thing you can be in Denmark. I mean, we're very much, we're very much, you know, try to consensus.
Blend in.
Yes, but we're only 5 million, you know. It doesn't work to stick out. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of fun not to do what you're supposed to do, and
it's a liberation, isn't it? I really feel that this is, you know, this is a book on liberation. It is a book on having fun. It's a book of being, you know, a woman in yourself.
Yeah, living the life.
Yeah, having a good time.
Yeah, it's really like a little, you know, those little books where it's a bit like champagne.
Yeah,
there's little bubbles that pop, and you're like, ooh. It was the idea, you know. It was to keep you awake and try to have fun and to learn and all this together is just a more funny moment in life.
And we have an answer to everything in this book.
Well, you have what?
There's an answer to everything in this book. I mean, how to throw a dinner party.
I mean, the Big Bang, everything. It's
everything. I mean,
life
with this book you don't need anymore. How to
but we do. There are lots of the major.
Yes, it's
love,
great.
Work.
Yeah.
No gym.
No gym. Elaborate on that one. Why no gym?
Yeah, it's boring.
Yes, it is. Isn't it? It's so boring.
It's so boring. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish there was this special pill that you could take and be like, oh, okay. I do. I have to say that I did this year start.
In gym?
No, I did yoga, which is already.
Okay.
So I do yoga. It's good. I still hate the teacher when he comes in. You know, I always try to hide in my apartment, like I'm sick, it's horrible. You know, not to do it. I feel great after. I guess, you know, my body is more alive and I have to keep it alive. I really hate it.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Yeah, it's not our thing.
No.
And it's funny because all my friends are the same.
They hate it too?
You always end up at the bar down the gym. You know, waiting for them to come because you never go alone. You know, because you always need excuses. So you never go alone. You have to find friends to go with you.
So you stay in the bar and skip the class?
Then, because the time everybody comes in and you have to, you know, there is all the stories of the week to tell, and then it's too late, and so you end up with a gym membership card that has never been used. You know, that it's like all your salary and like, but
no gym.
No gym. We walk a lot in Paris.
Yes.
Yeah. So you try to balance it and by doing other things.
Walking.
Like
what's your favorite spot in Paris?
My favorite spot?
Yeah.
To walk?
Yeah.
By the river.
By the river, great.
Yeah, there's something very animal, or at least very natural, by the river where the wind blows and you know it's a cross of winds. And first of all, the view is amazing, and you have the sky and all the most beautiful monuments are all around the river. Mm-hmm. Most of them, and I don't know, all the wind and the water, and it just makes it all dramatic, and you feel like you have this crazy life.
Walking, exercising.
Yeah, you're like, wow, you know, I'm walking, I'm so alive. That's my life.
When you return, we have a little spot in Copenhagen by Søerne. It's a little spot, it'll almost look like Paris.
Oh, yeah?
You can maybe have a stroll there one day.
Yeah, I would love to.
Live your wild life in Copenhagen.
Yeah,
here.
I did,
Yes.
I did from the car to here. It was
Yes.
quite freezing already. I was like this. And then there was this lovely lady with me saying, hey, you want to go for a stroll for a few minutes? I was like, no, thank you, I'll go in. But yes, I will. Yeah. But definitely, no, I love your city, your country.
That's great.
I'm actually coming back with my son
Yes, and where are you going with your son?
to Legoland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna love Legoland.
Yeah, I know. I love playing Lego, Star Wars Lego. I play. I'm very active. It's like IKEA. I became the chief of all those things. Have you ever stepped on a Lego barefoot?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's a joy.
It's zone therapy, or what it's called.
Yeah.
So, it's actually funny how a city can dictate a style, isn't it?
How what?
A city can dictate a style. It's
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's there are many reasons because, of course, writing this book, we kind of try to understand why it was such an appeal to other countries, and first I really understood that the fact that it was a socialist country made us understand the value of the artwork, and rather than and people would not dress in a how do you call that? Bling bling, all those things. It's not a country. It's rather called like vulgar.
Yeah.
To show. I think. It's the same here. Not to show your wealth. It would be more in fabrics or in the art craft rather than showing off. So I think that's a big part of getting dressed is in Paris.
Yeah.
Is linked to that. It's linked as well to all those women that open our path. So to stay quite strong women. Couture was born in France, and it's the same thing. You're unconsciously raised in one of the most beautiful city in the world, where all the arts are are inhabiting the walls, and so you have, I think you really learn the elegance and the respect of all this, and you wanna be part of this beauty in a way, and not be a faux pas of it. I think. So yeah.
And how is Paris? 2015 was a tough year for Paris.
Yes.
Yeah. How is Paris doing?
It's good. It was very sad. I think it's a worldwide problem. It doesn't. It's not inherent to Paris. I do think that when you're such a special city and the city of lights that attract all this, tourists and all this, of course, it was a good trick to attack this one. But Paris is fine. Paris always comes out of everything. Where life goes on anyway. What are you going to do? And Paris is fine, and it's now, of course, super safe and fun and still beautiful.
So we have to turn on the light, as Shakespeare says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much.